Welcome back to Jason's Pen Journey. We have a new Pen Day video here for you today. I'm also going to do a couple of channel announcements, some updates on what's going to be happening with the channel over the next several weeks, or realistically, what's not going to be happening on the channel in the next several weeks. So let me actually start there, the channel updates. Due to some fun things that are happening this summer, this is probably going to be the last video that I'm going to have up on the channel for the next probably month and a half, give or take. So the channel's going to be kind of dark for a bit. Apologies for that, but between some work travel that I've got coming up and a big move that my wife and I are doing, we're going to be doing a lot of packing, and I got to tear down my desk setup here, put away all the cameras, and get everything loaded up into boxes for the move. And it'll take a little while before we get settled into our new place and can actually get the studio back up and running. So I'm probably gonna declare that this is the last video for a little bit. Sorry to do that. Hopefully you can go back through my old videos or find plenty of other videos on YouTube about fountain pens, and hopefully you'll be back when I'm back. And I would like to see you again when I'm back online. That also means I am going to be missing the San Francisco International Pen Show in the end of August. Unfortunately, I'm very sorry to have that be something I'm not going to be available to go to. I was really looking forward to it. I had a great time in 2025 when I went to the pen show. It's my home show, and that's where I met a lot of people, both makers and vendors and retailers. That's where I first met a lot of them, and I'm really sorry to be missing it this year. So definitely, please go to the 2026 San Francisco Pen Show and buy a bunch of things in my honor and show me what you got, and I'll maybe be there next year. So that's channel update. So probably last video for a little bit. No pen show. There obviously won't be a pen show video this year. Last year I did 4 parts to the video. It was kind of ridiculous, but that won't be happening this year, unfortunately. So let's get to the meat of the video today. Today we're going to do New Pen Day video for the TWSBI Vac700R. I actually got 2 of them, and I also got the TWSBI. Let me make sure I get the model correctly. The TWSBI Vac20A ink bottle. So these, the Vac700R is a vacuum filler pen. I actually got 2 of them. I'm going to show them both on camera. One of them I've already inked up using the ink bottle. The other one I haven't inked up, so I'm going to show that process to you on camera. Here are the 2 TWSBI Vac700R that I got. TWSBI is a Taiwanese brand. You probably know them from all of their Echo models. It's kind of the big one, as well as several other models that they have. But the Vac700R is also a very popular model, vacuum filler. I got 2 of them here. One is the standard demonstrator. It's already filled with ink, so that's why it's not clear there. But you have the black end cap down at the bottom. This is kind of the standard one. You have the TWSBI logo there. You've got some chrome. You've got TWSBI on the cap band. A metal clip. Unscrews. There's your TWSBI nib with a fine. This one has a fine tip. I'm sure you're shocked about that. And this one is currently filled up with Iroshizuku Take-sumi or Take-sumi. I never know how to pronounce that. It's basically they're black. And I've already filled that one up. I've already given the test. The other one that I'll show on camera and fill is the TWSBI Vac700R in their limited edition Iris. So it's kind of a rainbow style. The finial is a little different. So you've got the, let's see if we can get them side by side. So you've got that kind of rainbow iris around the top of the cap. You can see there's some color, that rainbow anodization. I never say it correct. It's nice. It's different colors as you get different, as the light catches it. You got some purple, some green, some blue. In the clip, there's also around the cap band, and then down at the bottom gasket down here, where the vacuum will unscrew. If we take a look at the nib for this one and the grip, so you've got that same clear demonstrator body, but you've got a anodized nib, so you got that more color in there, both around the band over here. I'm sorry, around the inside of the grip here, as well as at the top of the grip section, and on the nib as well. So that is the Vac700R in Iris, empty. Like I said, we've already filled up the standard model with the black, so we'll put that one aside. And then let's talk about the Vac20A ink filler. So this actually is there's 3 pieces here. So you got a nice, generous 20 milliliter bottle. It's going to be good for traveling. It's got hopefully a very tight seal. Unscrew, you put your ink in here. Make sure that would be nice and tight, so if you're traveling, you're not going to spill. Then, what's interesting is the top section comes off, and you can actually screw the TWSBI 700R into that section. And so what you would do, and we'll show it on camera, is you'd unscrew the back of the vacuum plunger. If we actually had ink in here, which we will in a moment, what you would then do, pull back on the vacuum, let gravity do the work as you push up to push and get the vacuum seal to open up, and then you'd have ink flooding in. So in theory, you're going to get a nice big fill of ink from the bottle down into the vacuum. And because we've screwed that in nice and tight, we shouldn't have any leakage. We'll see if that happens. As you may notice from my fingers, a little bit of ink spillage from the last one. The seal was not quite as tight as I would have hoped. But we will be optimistic that this one will fill up. I'm going to use Iroshizuku Murasaki-shikibu, which is a really nice purple ink for this one to go with the purple that you get in that iris. So we'll see how that one turns out. So first we're going to, let's do this. Let's try to do this somewhat neatly, just in case we spill in any other way. So first we'll open up the ink bottle, and there's probably a better way to do this, but this should be okay. We didn't spill this way too much before. I'm just going to pour ink directly into the vial. We don't need to fill it to the top because we're not going to get that much ink into the pen. Clear that lip off and cap the ink bottle so we don't spill further. And then I'm going to just try to get the ink off the rim of the plastic here so we don't have any other chance for an accident. And then we will put the cap on. And this does work with a couple of different TWSBI models for their vacuums. So you have the 700R, but this also works with, let me just get the right model, also works with the Vac Mini. If you were using the Vac Mini, the procedure would be a little different because it's a smaller pen, so it fits in differently. So let's see how we can do this, and let's see if we can get right without making a mess. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to screw the pen into the ink bottle. Try to get that nice and tight. Make sure the ink bottle itself is closed up tight. And then we're going to dip that backwards, upside down, pull back on the vacuum rod. You see ink starting to flow in there a little bit, but as we push the rod up, the gasket up at the top will start to bend and kind of compress as it reaches the top. It'll create the vacuum to suck all the ink in. So let's get that close to the camera. Push, and then soon. So I'm getting a little resistance there, and then we'll feel the gasket pop, and the ink will flow in. So decent fill. Probably could have done better. Let's give it another try. And then we can close up that cap. And sure enough, we got a little bit of spillage. So I guess that seal wasn't quite as tight as I thought. Which is why we still be careful with our towel here. Let's cap this, close it out. It's really easy to clean these because it all just kind of disassembles, and just clean that out. I'll pour the ink back into the bottle of Iroshizuku so we don't waste all that ink, but then we kind of clean out the bottle for the rest of it. So let's just kind of with our towel get the ink off the nib and the section, and that pen should be good to go to write. Now we'll get a little bit of paper. And do a quick writing sample of the TWSBI Vac700R with Iris. And of course, since we filled it through the vacuum, through the nib, it's already saturated. Nice smooth writer. It's really comfortable. It's actually a little, it's heavier with that the vacuum rod than the TWSBI Echo. Is a little lighter. It's just a little plastic piston in there. So this one's a little heavier, which is nice. Definitely weighted a little bit better. So this is the TWSBI Vac700R in a fine nib. And the ink is Pilot Iroshizuku, spell this correctly, Murasaki-shikibu. There you have it. And that's the TWSBI Vac700R in its original clear with black, and the Iris version, as well as the TWSBI Vac20A ink bottle. As you saw, a little bit of, no, this one, nope, that one, mirrors. A little bit of ink spillage coming out. Probably a little bit of silicone grease to help make sure that seal is tight. That would have helped. things you learn as you try things out for the first time. Looking forward to using this pen. Part of the reason why I got a couple of them is I mentioned some travel coming up. Vacuum pens are good for travel. That way you don't have to worry about any kind of air burping out of the nib. It's really just, that's kind of the reason behind it. I don't think I'm going to travel with the ink bottle filled. I don't think I'm going to need to have it ready to go. I have enough, my vacuum pens that I'll take with me on my next couple of trips. That I don't think I need it. TWSBI, good quality brand, not super expensive. Let me tell you actually where I got all these pens. I got both of these pens from Jet Pens. And as well as the ink bottle. The retail on those, the Vac700R clear, the one with the black, retailed for I believe $70 US, $74 US, and the Iris limited edition was $90 US. The ink bottle is $18 US on Jet Pens as of today. They have all of them in stock. If you're interested, at least a few in stock. I didn't get the last ones. Well, maybe you can go, if you liked what you saw, you can go buy them from Jet Pens and buy them out. Again, I paid for these with my money, no discounts, nothing like that. So you can probably find them from other retailers as well. Jet Pens is, even though they don't have a physical storefront or anything like that, they are local to where I live. So getting them shipped is extremely quick. So for things that that I want to get in a hurry before a trip, Jet Pens is a pretty fast delivery for me because they are basically in the same area. And what else? So like I said, the channel is probably going to go dark for a while. Apologies for that. It's I could try to force the issue, but I'm going to have enough going on in life that forcing the issue is probably not the best use of my mental energy. And I want to make sure that when I come back and get settled into my new place and get my new setup all good to go, that we're able to do some high quality pen videos in the future. I do have at least one new pen on the way. I was hoping it would get here in time that I could do for a pen video before I need to pack everything up, but it'll just miss the window. So that might be the first one out of the gate when I come back. And I'll tell you about that pen when the time comes. It's one I've been waiting for a while. Excited about it. Anyway, what else? I think that's it. A little distracted. Got a lot going on. Boxes I'm packing up around me, so feel a little more cramped than usual in the little YouTube studio here. But I'm excited about these new pens. I'm excited about the new things in store for me in life, and I wish that you all will enjoy the San Francisco Pen Show without me. If you're going to other pen shows this summer, love to hear about them. I know DC's coming up. Portland just happened, so there's plenty of pen content that you'll be able to find this summer. As always, give the video a like, ask any questions, or leave any comments in the comments below. Subscribe to the channel because it will come back, I promise. And until I see you next time, keep on writing.